God just paid off my car loan in full, but it almost didn't happen because of me. And it wasn't because of me, right? I had the desire. It was because of me. It would have been because of my own limiting beliefs, my own mental blocks, my own embodied nervous system triggers and woundings that would have kept me from the blessing that God had for me. And I talk a lot about mindset, and it's one of my favorite things to teach and to coach about, because so many people feel like, okay, I got it. Like, I know it mentally. But until you actually go deep into your subconscious mind, like your conscious mind is 5% and your subconscious mind is 95%. And so once you go deep into your subconscious mind, it'll uncover so many hidden beliefs, hidden fears, and you won't realize that that is the thing that is blocking you from your money, from your love, from the friends that you desire, from the community that you crave, from the body that you desire and envision in the mirror. I just finished a whole 7-day Telegram training on Hack Your Brain's hardwiring, and day 5 was about creating internal safety. And this is such an important foundation to this work, because imagine that the universe, which I believe to be a benevolent source, right? Some people believe that it's malevolent, but I believe that the universe is a benevolent source that wants to give you everything you desire. But there's blocks, there's fears, anxieties, limitations, woundings, conditioning, beliefs that you have to release in order to receive the blessing that is there and waiting on you. And you may not know what it is until you go deep, right? Until someone leads you through it and it uncovers exactly why you don't have the love that you desire. You don't have the dream body that you want to live in. You don't have the money that you feel should be in your bank account. And I'm finally in a multi-5-figure net worth because I'm finally shedding the last vestiges and remnants of my past wounding, of those limiting beliefs. And you feel like time heals all, right? But it doesn't, because your body remembers, your mind remembers, your nervous system holds that memory. And whenever you want to take action, it'll give you a doubt, a fear. Whenever you want to, show up on social media, it'll say no, but remember when someone talked about you when you posted that one thing on Instagram that one time? And it creates this fear, these fears, these anxieties. Instead of you envisioning positive outcomes, you'll start to envision negative outcomes. And right when you go to post the video, you'll take it down because you'll be anticipating that that will happen again. Your brain only remembers, your brain and your nervous system, it only remembers your past, what you've already had. That is what it's considered as safe for it. So even if you want something different, even if you desire something that is exponentially greater than what you have now, your body, your mind, your nervous system, everything is working because it loves you. It's working to protect you and keep you safe and keep you alive. So if anything wants to kick you out of the tribe, if anything is threatening your safety in any way that it feels like, okay, what's going to happen if I do this thing? Then it will stop you at every single point, at every single juncture. And even when you're already having some momentum, it'll keep you small in little ways. It'll stop you from saying the thing that you actually want to say. It'll stop you from actually being seen and heard at the level of depth that you desire. In my specific case with this debt, my nervous system, my body, my mind was holding on to it because the last time that I had money, I had so much fear and anxiety around it because I lacked boundaries. I lacked financial boundaries. And so in some areas I could set boundaries and in other areas I didn't. So I was essentially taken advantage of. And so of course that's patterned into my body now. That's wired into my subconscious mind. And so now when I'm trying to release this debt, I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it, but I want it. I want it because I know, based on past experiences, if I have this money, if I have this debt cleared, if I have this money freed up, this cash flow, these streams of income, this money flowing in, that will be a danger to me because I might be taken advantage of again. So you might not feel that way. You're like, of course I desire love. Of course I desire more romance with my partner. Of course I desire, trips to new places. Of course I desire full provision. Of course I desire a booming business and more clients, to be seen more. Of course I desire to be in my most healthy body ever. But what about you is stopping you from having that thing? And that's why on day 5 of Hack Your Brain's hardwiring, I talk so deeply about creating internal safety. Because when you do that, then you can actually expand your identity, your nervous system capacity to receive the thing that you're actually desiring without sabotaging it in the process, without procrastinating and stalling and pushing the thing away, because you are worthy of your desires. And that's something that I struggled with. I felt like it had no teeth when people were telling me that I was worthy. And once I actually connected back to God, back to, my Lord, my Savior, I'm a Christian, so I believe in Jesus. So it's like once I connected to a firm foundation, whatever that may be for you, once I connected to something that I was like, yes, I feel it. I feel worthy because God sees me as worthy. He's a king and I'm a princess, and I'm also a king. I'm created in his image. So I'm meant to be the king over my world. I'm meant to be the creator of my world. And also, I'm his child. So I'm a princess. I get to be provided for. I get to have a life full of ease and pleasure and flow. And if he put that desire in me, desire means of the Father. I think sire means Lord. So it's like of God, essentially. Your desire comes from God. So if he plants that seed in your heart, you have to water it. You have to feed that. You can't stuff down your desires and make them burdens, make them, something that's like, oh my God, like, why do I want a business? I need to just be content with where I am. Why do I want more money? I need to just be grateful for where I am. It's like, of course you want more. Gratitude is what brings more abundance to you. An abundance of money, an abundance of love. When I appreciate my partner, he gives me more. He pours more into me. He takes me shopping. He takes me out to nice places. When I pour love into him and I show gratitude for the things he already does, that's the language of abundance. That's the language of the universe, bringing more and more things to you. So of course you want more, not because you're in lack or in scarcity or because you're, greedy or not abundant. It's because you are abundant. It's because you are appreciating everything around you. That's why God is putting the desire for you to have more. He wants you to expand. He gives us a desire to have. And that is what fuels us, right? It's like, okay, I want the car. I want the nice lifestyle. I want the husband and the children. I want the business and the community. So that's what pushes you to expand your identity, right? Create that gap and expand into that new person that you're meant to be. And then you start taking the actions in alignment with that. You start showing up in an authentic way. You get past those weird little fears and blocks, and sometimes you don't even have to go so deep into it. Sometimes you can just decide. All it takes is a decision for you to say, I no longer want this in my life. And some things do require a little bit more rewiring, a little bit more inner work, some journaling, some, flushing out, some shedding, some grieving, some processing. But some things you can just release. And you can say, I'm going to take the action and I'm going to become the person along the way who can do the thing, who can have the thing. And once you step into that, that is when things will just start to flow. You'll be in flow state. You'll have alignment and things will come to you with ease. You won't have to effort as hard as you used to. And it might sound weird, but that's the reality of it. So hack your brain's hardwiring and don't allow you to stop you from having what you desire and what you deserve.